everyone, welcome to another video. Today I wanted to go through some of my random Marvel collections. So not really a specific set of titles, just a group of different titles that I have a little bit of this and a little bit of that of. So I don't have like any full major collections of these, but some of the oddball stuff that I've collected over the years. A lot of these are from my childhood. Most of these I've gotten either off the shelf or from a comic book store when I was younger. Some stuff I got a little more recently. And when I say recently, I usually mean like within the last year or so, since I started collecting again for the recent stuff. But a lot of the other stuff, again, is going to be fairly older stuff. This is one of the more recent ones, so let's get into it. I'm going to apologize ahead of time if I don't have all of the notes and I don't have all of the first appearances and stuff like that. I don't remember all of them. But this is one of the more recent ones. This one I got a couple months back when the cover artist, Arthur Sudam, came to our local comic book store and had a signing. This is one of the ones I got. This is Deadpool, Merc with a Mouth, issue number 7, I believe. Yes, issue number 7. Autographed by the cover artist, Arthur Sudam, with a certificate. And this has the first appearance of Lady Deadpool. So I was able to get that while he was here. That's a recent one. Going back a ways, I don't collect a lot of Deadpool, so that's really the only, I think that's the only Deadpool I've got, actually. Unless he's appearing in another book somewhere. Cloak and Dagger. I feel like I have some more of these, possibly in that missing collection that I need to go pick up one of these days. But this is Cloak and Dagger number 19, part of their own run of their series back in the 90s, I believe. So I remember Cloak and Dagger making like guest appearances. And then continuing on, I got a lot of stuff to go through, so I'm gonna try to bang through these fairly quick if possible. Speaking of 90s, this is when Rogue got her first series, her own run. This was a limited series that she got, and this is issue number 1. I believe I got the whole limited series if I'm not mistaken. So this is number 1. It's kind of got a foil, gold foil logo there. This is issue number 2, issue number 3. Move these around so you can kind of see. I hope you can see these on screen. Issue number 3, and then issue number 4 as well. So there's that Rogue limited series from the 90s. Kind of cool to have. Rogue was always a character that I liked from the X-Men. I read a lot of X-Men as a kid, so a lot of the X-Men characters I'm familiar with. This is one that I'm not a big Fantastic Four person. I know a lot of people love Fantastic Four, and Fantastic Four has a huge place in Marvel history and comics history. It was just a title I never got into, but I did go back and get these after I found out what this story was. And this is Fantastic Four number 347, 348, and 349. And this is the appearance of the new Fantastic Four, which in this storyline we're led to believe that the original Fantastic Four is dead. And so these 4 get called in to kind of take their place, and you have kind of a makeshift Fantastic Four team featuring the Hulk, Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Ghost Rider. I mean, come on, when you have that combination together, that's a must-read right there. And this is the third part. It's a 3-part story. So I went back and got all of these. This one, of course, this is the cool cover of the 3 of them because it's got the 4 of them on there. But I believe this is a Arthur Adams cover right here. So kind of cool. Again, not a series that I read a lot of, but had a couple. Here's one that I have a couple of his own series. This is Black Knight number 2. Unfortunately, I don't have number 1, but I've got number 2, which I believe is the first appearance of, I'm gonna embarrass myself not knowing his name, but it's the Squire, his little buddy Squire. I think it's his first appearance in this book. But anyway, Black Knight number 2, and then Black Knight number 4. Most of the Black Knight that I read came from like the Avengers books that I had. that I would read, which actually I have a couple of here. Yeah, here's one. Avengers Annual number 22. This is one of my favorite covers as well. So Avengers Annual 22. This is the first appearance of Bloodwraith, and just a really cool cover. And then I've got Avengers number 344, Duel of the Dark Knights, which also, again, features Black Knight on the cover. So a lot of the Black Knight stuff that I read, he was a character that I liked, but a lot of it came from these Avengers books. And again, I feel like I have more Avengers books somewhere in that missing collection. So maybe one day I will get to those. Alright, moving on. I know my buddy Matt over at Comic Book Rescue is a big Daredevil fan. And I got a few Daredevil books from when I was younger. Not a whole lot, but this is Daredevil 254. This is the first appearance of Typhoid Mary. Typhoid Mary is probably my favorite Daredevil villain. I don't really count Elektra as a villain. I know she starts out as a villain, but she's kind of... I kind of consider her like a hero at this point. But as far as the villains that Daredevil tends to encounter on a regular basis, I believe Typhoid Mary is probably my favorite. That's her first appearance. So I'm glad to have that one. 259, once again, Typhoid Mary on the cover with Kingpin and some of these other guys. The shotgun arm guy I always thought was kind of weird. I don't remember his name. Issue number 260, again with Typhoid Mary. And I've got another one of these issues. I don't remember what issue number it is. I'll try to pop it up on screen. But I know for sure that comic is in that Lost collection as well, because I distinctly remember the cover with Typhoid Mary being on it. Issue number 297, another Typhoid Mary. So if you didn't know before, if I didn't say it, I think you could easily guess who my favorite villain was for that. This is Daredevil 298, a special guest appearance of Nick Fury from S.H.I.E.L.D. This was before they made Nick Fury into Samuel L. Jackson. But last rights, I don't think I've got any more of this particular storyline. Let me get these out the way. So that's Daredevil 298 with Nick Fury from S.H.I.E.L.D. And then one more here, Daredevil 325, just a really cool cover with Elektra's Psy on there on the front. And Elektra, very popular character, and I do like Elektra, but like I said, I kind of tend to consider Elektra in the hero category rather than villain. That's just me. She could kind of go either way. So here's another one these have become pretty popular here lately. I don't have a whole lot of these guys, but Moon Knight number 1, Fist of Khonshu. So this is, I forget what year this is from, but this is from the 80s. And I believe it's his second ongoing series, if I remember right. Or maybe it's his first. Or maybe, no, this was a limited series. I believe this was a limited series to like 5 or 6 issues. So I take that back. It's not an ongoing. But this is issue number 1. I've got issue number 2. And I want to say this was the series that started going into his story about his mental disorders, if I remember right. The multiple personality thing. Issue number 3 here. We've got issue number 4 here. And then I've also got issue number 5. Let me move these. And hopefully you'll be able to see all of these as I get them up here. Issue number 5 on that one. So I believe it's a 6-issue limited series, if I remember right. And I never got issue number 6. This one's a recent one. You may have seen this one in my top 50 video. This is just one of my favorite covers, Moon Knight number 200. It's from a recent series, but just an amazing cover. I love this cover. It really sticks out. So get that out the way. Moon Knight is another character that, aside from these, I didn't really read. I've mostly read up on Moon Knight through like the team books. So like West Coast Avengers, this is one of them. Issue number 21. Of course, I think this is his. His first appearance with the West Coast Avengers. So might be a minor key. I don't know. But that's kind of where I know Moon Knight from. And then West Coast Avengers number 27. Again, you've got Moon Knight up here in the little box up here. Now that he's joined the team, you got Hawkeye versus Hawkeye on this issue. But this is where I know a lot of my Moon Knight from, is these West Coast Avenger books. And again, I feel like I have more of these West Coast Avengers somewhere in that missing collection. So one day, hopefully. Punisher War Journal number 44, Home Sweet Home. Obviously, you can tell I'm a Punisher fan, but I wasn't originally a Punisher fan. Not that I didn't like him. I just didn't really read them a whole lot as a kid. So as a result, I've only got like a couple Punisher books from when I was younger. I got that one, and I've got the Secret Defenders number 5, which has Punisher on the cover. So I've since as I've gotten older, I've since come to appreciate the character and the stories a little more. For obvious, if it's not obvious, right? But going back as a kid, I just don't have that many. All right, Captain America. One of my all-time favorite covers, and again, you'll see this in my top 50 video. This is Captain America Annual number 8. Just an absolutely amazing cover. I know I'm not showing it to you. Here it is. Captain America Annual number 8, Wolverine versus Captain America. This is the book where you tend to see the pictures from, where they always show the panels of Wolverine fighting Captain America. That is from this book. And this cover is just absolutely stunning. It's one of my all-time favorite covers. I'm gonna hold it up here. I hope you can see this well. If not, go watch my top 50 video. It's towards the end of the video, hint hint, because it's one of my favorites. And then I have Captain America Annual Citizen Kang. This is Annual number 11, Citizen Kang Part 1. Don't really remember much about this book, but I have it. It's a thing. It's there. Alright, more Captain America. His actual run. Captain America issue number 330. Demolition Man. It's not Wolverine. It's not Daredevil. It's D-Man or Demolition Man. Not to be confused with the Sylvester Stallone movie. Yeah, Demolition Man. This is... I think this is where he actually dies. I believe, or we believe he dies in this book, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember now. It's been a long time since I read these, folks. Captain America number 341. Cap versus Iron Man. And you'll notice the black suit. This is the U.S. agent suit that would eventually become U.S. agent. At this point, he was just called Cap, because it's a rather confusing story. This is a crossover with actually some of the Iron Man books, if I'm not mistaken. And the Iron Man books, that story kind of crosses between him and the Cap. So let's see, this is issue 341. This is all leading up to the big showdown in Captain America Supersized 350th issue. And if you watched, if you watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, you'll know about John Walker and U.S. Agent. This is Steve Rogers versus John Walker. Captain America versus the Cap. This is the book where John Walker actually becomes U.S. agent. And what's confusing is, it looks like it's Captain America Steve Rogers versus U.S. agent John Walker. That's not the case. It's actually Captain America John Walker versus the Cap Steve Rogers. See, in the comic books, Steve Rogers retired, and John Walker became the new Captain America in the original Captain America suit. And then Steve Rogers was convinced to come back in and start working again as a hero. So he came back in working as the Cap, or just the Captain, in the black suit. So this is actually Steve Rogers in the black suit. And then they do have a fight, and in this issue is where Steve Rogers becomes the original Captain America again, and then John Walker takes the old black suit that Steve Rogers used to wear and then becomes U.S. agent. It's very confusing. Probably a good idea that they didn't do this storyline in the TV show, because it would have been a little confusing with all of that. But yeah, so on the cover, this is actually John Walker here and Steve Rogers over here. I know it's confusing. I'm sorry if I didn't help, but that's just how it goes. I didn't write it. Okay, Captain America number 396. Captain America alone against the all-new Jack-O-Lantern and the menace of Blackwing. So I guess this is the first appearance of the new Jack-O-Lantern. Again, it's been so long, folks, I don't remember some of these stories. And I'm not sure about Blackwing. I'm not sure if that's the first appearance or not either. But I guess I should have looked it up, huh? Oh well. Yeah. So hang on one second and we'll get to some more books in just one tiny second. Okay, we're going to get on to Iron Man now, and this is Iron Man 223. This is when I was reading Iron Man for a little while. Face to face with the Force. I believe this was right around the time of the Iron Wars, or Armor Wars, I'm sorry. The Armor Wars, or at least Armor Wars 2 maybe. And you had a lot of bad guys in like power suits, kind of like this. So this might have been the first appearance of the Force. I'm not... Again, I didn't look these up, so I apologize for not looking some of this information up ahead of time. But this is Iron Man 224. This is the Force right here on the cover, along with Whiplash and the Beetle. So, kind of a showdown there. And then here's that crossover I was telling you about with the Captain America book. This is Iron Man versus the Captain. Iron Man issue number 228. So this is where Iron Man fights the Captain, who is Steve Rogers at this point. This is before John Walker takes over the suit and becomes U.S. agent, because they swap suits. Told you it's confusing. Iron Man number 230. Death of a Hero. This is the first appearance of Firepower, which is this big old guy back there. Kind of looks a lot like the big suit that they used in the first Iron Man movie at the end. That his buddy used against him. In fact, I think that was supposed to be Firepower, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, first appearance of Firepower, and this is where they destroy the suit. Spoiler alert! Iron Man gets a new suit. This is the Mark something suit, issue number 231, where he builds the new suit and it goes red and gold with the new suit for Tony Stark, because you can't keep a good Iron Man down, right? Iron Man 236, Iron Man versus the Grey Gargoyle. I don't know anything else about this one. I used to. I have read these, I promise. I've read these, but it's been a long time. Issue 238, Iron Man and the Rage of Rhino. So I got into Iron Man for a little bit here. Issue 257, Showdown with Samurai Steel, another power suit. You know, that's kind of what they did. There's a lot of power suit stuff going on. Iron Man 258, here we go, Armor Wars 2, In the Grip of Death. And you might have seen me get this one, I think I got this one out of an Ollie's pack, if I remember right. That was in a previous video, so this is actually a recent acquisition. I did not have this one as a kid. That was very recent. And then Iron Man 281, The Deadly Masters of Silence. So, I don't remember these bad guys. They're very Mandarin-esque. And then, oh my gosh, I forgot to show you this one with the Daredevil stuff. I forgot. I must have had it misplaced. Because this was also in my top 50 video. This is Daredevil issue 249. Daredevil versus Wolverine. Because it's Daredevil and it's Wolverine and they're fighting on the cover together. So yeah, it made my top 50 list. If you're wondering, my top 50 list is my top 50 favorite covers. So they're not necessarily my most valuable books or even my favorite books as far as stories go, but my top 50 was just my top 50 favorite covers, what covers I liked, and this was one of them because it's Daredevil and it's Wolverine and they're fighting, and I said that. Alrighty. That appears to be it for now, for today. So thanks for watching. I'm going to get some more of these out soon if I can. I've got a lot more Marvel stuff to go through, some newer things that I've gotten kind of recently, and then some older stuff that I haven't gone through yet. I still have a lot of X-Men and Wolverine to go through that I want to show you guys. So I'll be doing that fairly soon, or at least I'll get to it eventually. So thanks for watching today. Please hit like and subscribe if you want to. That would be very greatly appreciated. And keep watching, keep checking out my other videos. And have a great day, guys. Continue to collect what you love. See you later.